are and all we have are gifts from you. We live in a world that celebrates consumption, but you call us to be good stewards, all you have entrusted to us. May this Giving Tuesday prompt us to gratitude and generosity that brings nourishment to the hungry and hope to the hopeless. We pray that iGiveCatholic may be a miracle of loaves and fishes, where every gift shared lovingly from a grateful heart becomes bread for the multitudes, and the ordinary becomes extraordinary. In this giving and receiving, may our hearts rejoice in you alone, who are Lord forever and ever. Amen. Before we get into the meat of this webinar, I have to take this moment to thank our sponsors. iGiveCatholic is a 501c3 nonprofit, just like each one of you. We would not be able to continue to offer and build and develop this resource without the financial support of our sponsors, as well as without the collaboration of our associates like ICSC, Giving Tuesday, and Catholic Extension. These are all very valuable partners to us. You can find them on our page and our e-blasts. So we encourage you to consider how they might be able to help you in other parts of your work in your ministry. Now today we are in a webinar format, so you will only be able to see and hear the three of us. All of you, if you would like to ask questions, we encourage you to put them in the Q&A, or you can, someone said the chat was disabled. If somebody wants to, we can say right here, how about you introduce yourself, say who you are, where you're coming from, which organization you're representing. So we can maybe do a roll call in chat to test the chat box, make sure that's operating. Otherwise, if you have any questions, you can put them in the Q&A as well. We are going to be posting the slides as well as the recording on the trainings page and on our YouTube channel following this. All right. Introductions. I am Lisa Shalacy, your National Director of iGiveCatholic since 2013. Later in this webinar, you will get to see Katie Hare, our Program Manager. She'll have a section to speak with you as well. And then today we have with us MK Holiday, who is the Director of Giving Event Success. She's our our project manager for Mightycause. So she'll be showing you around the platform, mostly in your dashboard. And here is our agenda for today. Now, there's a lot of new stuff this year. And so we're focusing, because of the platform change, the new platform, new technology. So that's what we're really focusing on today. You can go ahead and, again, like I said, in our trainings page, you can check out the other trainings that we have recorded and prepared for you for more programmatic elements or ideas, holy plagiarism opportunities. So I'll start with some reminders and some updates about financials and disbursements that changed when we changed platforms. Then MK is going to go through the dashboard and show you around, do some demos, donation demo, make sure you completely understand what you can do in your organization dashboard. And then Katie's going to kind of give you some tips to make sure that you are prepared to be successful. We'll go through some final dates, make sure you know where to get support between now and the end of our campaign. And then we'll try to leave some room for questions. Even if we get to, the hour and we haven't answered all the questions, we'll stay on and continue to answer questions until they've exhausted. All right, let's go. All right, some reminders here. So if you missed the Getting Ready webinar on August 27th, we highly encourage you to go check it out. It is on our trainings page as well as on our YouTube channel. And I do recommend that you view it on our YouTube channel because we have added timestamps where you can just look at a topic and click and go right to it. And there's chapters on the bottom. So it makes it easier for you to just fast forward right to the sections that you need to learn about or get refreshed on. And the slides are there as well. We'll do the same thing later this week for this webinar. Advanced giving starts on Monday. So if you have participated in a Mightycause on another giving day and you have some other stats on your page, or if some of your donors were a little eager and anxious or confused and have already made donations before advanced giving, just know all of that will clear at midnight, 12:01 on Monday, November 17th, so we can start counting our campaign donations. The leaderboards for most dollars raised, most unique donors will start appearing on each of your community home pages. They're not going to show up on the iGiveCatholic home, so the national leaderboards won't show up until Giving Tuesday. But at least you'll be able to see where your organization is standing within your own community, your own diocese, on their home page. Yeah. So that means that please do not enter any offline gifts right now or until November 17th. There were some people who were entering offline donations, and we had some donations that are continuing to come in and for some of your campaigns that you set up. But those will not count on your campaign page, in leaderboards, in prizes. Only donations that are entered between November 17th and December 9th will count in our iGiveCatholic on Giving Tuesday campaign. So that is online gifts as well as offline gifts. So if you're getting these gifts, hold off until Monday to enter them as offline gifts. If you've already received some online gifts that were accidental and because of this change, you might want to consider adding them as offline gifts on Monday so they count towards your totals. Just know when you're reporting, make note of which donation you're duplicating. So when you pull in your reports, you don't double it up, but you know that that is canceling out that previous donation received before advance giving opened. Okay. Just so you know, you have text to give available if you want to use it in some of your communications. Donors can text GivCatholic, all one word, to 844-844-6844, and they will be texted back a link to the search page. So this does not go to your specific page. If you see this text to give option in fundraising tools in your page, but it's grayed out and there's a little blue flame, that's because that is only available to customize for your page with a paid subscription, an upgrade paid subscription. But you could just use the generic iGiveCatholic text to give code and phone number to send somebody there. Now, it might be useful if you are on a radio or a TV interview where you can't send out a link or a QR code, but research says that donors don't use text to give that much. So just keep that in mind. We have a merch store, just reminding you, and we've added new items. In fact, as of today, some of these items have changed a little bit by request. So we have some new items. There are lots of things, and it's just so that you can use it. So that you can, it's the plug and play option of the easy button for you to get some branded materials for donor or sponsor gifts or incentives or prizes. This is all printed on demand, so you need to allow more time than usual for processing shipping. It depends on the item, but it could take about a week or maybe a little bit more than that. But we cannot do any refunds or exchanges since these items are created on demand. Also, we're just doing this as the easy button. But if you want to create your own items with a local printer or another online store or something, feel free. Take our graphics and run. Like, you can do that. This is just the easy button if you want to, if you just want to use whatever collection we already have created. All right, we have a live stream on Giving Tuesday. We launched it last year, and these are some screenshots of some of our visitors last year. It was a lot of fun. And we really want all of you, maybe not all of you, but a lot of you to be on our live stream again this year on Giving Tuesday. It's so much fun. We have a professional producer, the Giving Day guy, Chris Strub, who makes it really nice. So if you go to our live stream page, which you can find in the menu, you can learn more about, what it's like, what the expectations are, and then you can click that "We want to be on the live stream" button to submit your interest. In that button or in that form, we're going to ask you to also include a 60 to 90-second video that we will use to kind of introduce your organization, your campaign. It's a lot of fun. And on there, on the live stream page at the bottom, we created a tutorial on video editing in Canva. So it's hyperlinked in this slide, but it's also on our live stream page. So we encourage you. Deadline was tomorrow, end of day. I know some of our communications said it was today, end of day. That was my fault. Too many things going through my head right now. But tomorrow, end of day, even if it's 11:59, get it in. Friday, I will start choosing, scheduling, and confirming guests for our live stream. Okay, moving on to financials. When we moved to Mightycause, we changed how we process donations. So the online credit card fee actually went down. It was about 5.8% plus 30 cents, and now it's 5.25% plus 49 cents. That's because iGiveCatholic has lowered our fee and some other things. The bank is a little different too. The ACH fees are a little different. So if you have donors who are questioning you about fees, we have this infographic in English and in Spanish on our FAQ page to explain exactly what these fees are, where they go, what they pay for. And donors always have the option to cover these fees. In fact, in our new setup with Mightycause, that box is pre-selected. And so typically, historically, close to 90% of donors will cover your fees when the box is pre-selected, but they can always uncheck it if they choose not to cover fees. Disbursements. iGiveCatholic is now going to be processing donations and dispersing donations by ACH. So by an electronic funds transmission, EFT, ACH is a type of EFT. You must enter your bank routing and account number in your dashboard settings, disbursement settings, so that I have access to that bank account and I can send you your money. You'll get one payout. We're targeting around December 18, so certainly before Christmas, just a single payout. And then you can pull a report to see exactly which donations were included in that payout. Know that some communities will collect on your behalf and distribute locally. So if you've done that before, if you've gotten donations from your local foundation or from your diocese, likely they will continue. I have them listed on the next slide. But know that in the future, if you get any donations between December 9 and the end of the year, in January, I'm going to run that report, and if I see a blank in your bank account information, I'll send you an email that says, congratulations, you've got money, but I need your bank information to send it to you. So it's just helpful for you to, even if your diocese collects on your behalf for the giving day, to enter your bank account information in there for the rest of the year, for any other donations you collect the rest of the year. So just so you know, these on the left are centrally routing dioceses or groups. So if you were in one of these groups on the left, your host is going to be collecting donations for you and distributing them later, either by check or ACH, the end of December, beginning of January, I don't know. Contact them to find out details of their timing. If you are in the direct to org list, we are going to send your donations directly to you if you have your bank account information entered in your dashboard. If you click that link below, it's also in our FAQ page. We have a disbursements policy page that kind of really walks through expectations with how you get your money, both in the giving day period and year round. Note that if you have participated in a giving day on Mightycause before, you may already have a bank account attached, but that's for Mightycause to give you money. You need to authorize iGiveCatholic to access that bank account information to be able to give you the money you raise through the iGiveCatholic campaign or through your iGiveCatholic page. To know whether if that's the case for you, check out your to-do list. Even if you've already completed, the requirements for your to-do and it's not, screaming at you in your dashboard, you can still click that to-do word and little box there, and it'll pop up this little square. And if the EFT setup is not checked, it means that you do need to do something, whether that's add bank account information or authorize your account. Note that if you log into your account through mightycause.com, that's not going to be the way to let iGiveCatholic access your bank account information. You have to log in through iGiveCatholic.org. Log in. That's your iGiveCatholic dashboard. That's where you can authorize iGiveCatholic to see your bank information to be able to send you your money. Okay, and if you're one of those, speaking of participating in multiple Mightycause giving days, your previous giving day results may still appear on your page right now. They will clear on Monday so that everything can reset and start rebuilding for iGiveCatholic on Giving Tuesday. If you have overlapping giving days, we know that Georgia Gives is also on Giving Tuesday. There's another, and I can't remember which one, there's another giving day that overlaps, not the same day, but the giving period overlaps. Donations from both giving days will show up on your page, but only donations that come through our URL, iGiveCatholic URL, will show up in leaderboards, in iGiveCatholic leaderboards. So in your community leaderboards, in the national leaderboards. Only donations that come through iGiveCatholic URL that you send out to your donors will show up, will be applicable for prizes if you have any in your community. So just know that when you're sending out your URL, make sure you're strategic. If you're overlapping on 2 different giving days, you're strategic about who's getting your iGiveCatholic URL versus the other URL to your organization page. If you have questions, you can always ask Mighty Cause for support. We'll talk about that at the end. When you're adjusting your page for iGive, so just like the bank information, make sure you're in iGiveCatholic.org so that you're not in the other Giving Days dashboard. Okay, questions? You can send them to questions@iGiveCatholic.org. All right, at this point, I'm going to stop sharing so that I can hand over our screen to MK to give us some demos.
Perfect. Thank you, Lisa. Thanks, Katie. And thanks to the 208 people listening in. And I'm sorry I didn't give you an opportunity to do the roll call. Apparently Zoom has changed the default setting that I did not check. So I apologize that I can't not turn the chat on. But lesson learned. Check it every time, but thank you for rolling with me. I have a whole lot of things to show you on the platform, and I'm excited to get you all moving into it and experiencing the different feature sets that we have and learning how to navigate your data and how to do your best donor stewardship, your best storytelling on your platform, etc. I'm going to share my screen and forgive me, I'm gonna go back and forth between the slide where I've linked everything and the demo part of it. So I'm not gonna go back and forth toggle between like a full screen. So, you know, give me a little grace here, but this is our presentation. So some of the things we want to go through are the dashboards. I know that you've all logged in, you've been busy doing your to-do list, your registration, you've seen different things like you've seen the overview and the fundraising tools, and you've seen like donations, but what does it mean? And you've seen the checkout customizations and played around with it a little bit, but I want to go into it in a little bit more detail so that you feel like you're fully making use of the suite of features on Mightycause. So the first thing that you'll notice when you are the first thing that you'll notice when you're on Mightycause, I am logged in as Lisa, sorry. I was playing around with this earlier. As soon as you log into the platform, you are going to land on the overview page. You'll see announcements that Lisa and Katie have entered to alert you to things that are going on the platform or on the site that they want you to be aware of. And you can make those go away just by simply disappearing them. You will see at a quick glance on your overview if you're registered, if your to-do list is outstanding, what's going on. It'll be right here under overview. I think the most useful part of the overview is we're getting into early giving opening and the giving day itself is that you have these tiles that can be used for kind of quick glance stats. So, maybe your president or your bishop or someone asks for like, oh, how are we doing with online donations? You can go to the donation report and look there, but you can also come to the tile and say, oh, in the last 30 days or the last 90 days, we've had, 0 online donations. This is a test account. And you can tell them the number of unique donors. You can tell them, sorry, this is the number of online donations. This is the amount of dollars raised online. It'll show you retention, and we'll go through the retention report in a minute as well. It'll also show you how many people have visited your profile in the last 30 days, 90 days, 12 months, how many people have gone to your profile and clicked the share this organization. And so you will see that you can see what kind of impact your page is having, like what if your marketing is working, or what should you consider, did you see a big jump after you went on the radio or after you posted that Facebook post? A unique donor, to Kathleen's question, is determined by your email address. So if a donor gives, if I give with mk@mightycause.com and I give to iGiveCatholic, I count as a unique donor. If I give to iGiveCatholic 3 times during the course of advanced giving to late giving because I'm trying to help them win a prize, no matter how many times I donate with that email address, I am just one unique donor to that organization. Great. And someone had asked about offline donations, and so we'll get into where we add those as well. So that's the majority, that's the main part of what you're going to do with your overview. It's going to be quick stats that are updated throughout the day, every day as donations are on. And actually donations are on now. So some of you I know have gotten some early donation, or not early donations, donations that are outside of the giving event. Those will also display on these tiles. You're familiar with the organization page. We'll touch base on that in a minute. But a lot of the things that you're looking at and concerned with are in the fundraising tools. So I think one feature that you might like to use is this embed creator. So this allows you to create a donate button that you can put on your website, or a mini form that you could put on your, personal website, and it allows you to create this donate button, and maybe you want it to say give now or give on Giving Tuesday or something like that. So you save it. You might want to brand the color to be your color. Right now, this is I Give Catholic's Giving Tuesday color. You can put in an internal name and location to help you know where you're using this button or where you're using this form, so you can track what's going on with it. And you simply go to the mini donation form or the donate button that you created, and you can come and click copy code. And then you just go to any place that accepts an iframe, and you paste in the code. I am not a huge expert on iframes. However, I know like in WordPress and other places like that, they are iframe compatible, and you just take the code and you will see now on your site this little button or this miniature form. The mini form is kind of nice. It gives you the name of your organization, some default donation levels, allows them to make it a recurring, donation if they'd like, as opposed to a one-time. Allows them to, on the same form, put in their payment information, their billing information, continue on to the next. If I fill that out, the next screen would be like their credit card information. And so it allows them to be on your website, but make a donation to iGiveCatholic on Giving Tuesday through the mini form. Another way to give a quick link to get to a donation page, another that we wanted to touch on, is taking the URL. So I give Catholic. Let me come to us. So you'll notice that this is the URL that you've been using and you've been providing. You can, if you want to give someone a quick link to get to your donate screen, you can click donate, and now see the URL says I Give Catholic donate and then the organization name. You can just give out this URL, and that'll be a direct URL to your donation form. I think that's a super easy way to steer donors and steer your cheerleaders and your board members and everyone to your site, to your page, and to make a donation easily. Next, we wanted to look at, I think, peer-to-peer fundraising. As you know, most people are pretty familiar with it. It's a great way to kind of leverage a community and to use people's, I said Rolodex in an internal communication yesterday. I was like, oh, I'm old enough. Yeah, I know Rolodexes. But, to kind of like talk to their friends and their in-laws and their siblings and cousins and aunts and uncles, and say, hey, I created this peer-to-peer fundraising page. Will you give to it? Will you share it with your network? And so the best thing about the peer-to-peer fundraising, I think one of the great things about it, is that you can create a template for people to make a fundraiser for you. So that removes a lot of the burden of someone saying, oh, I don't know what I should put in like my story or my title. I'm not sure what image I should use. You can then create a template, such as I Give Catholic has done, where you put in a title. So you could say, here's our suggested title, Demo P2P Fundraiser. You can put in a suggested funding goal, $1,000, $500. You can add maybe a programmatic image for the fundraiser to use by default. You can put in a short story, sort of like an elevator pitch of why why your organization or your programmatic efforts are important to the community or your communities. And then also there's a story where you can do more of like a like testimonials, or how you were personally impacted by, or how someone might be personally impacted by an organization. And you can put in like little feet, you can put in ideas for your fundraisers into your template, and they'll be able to take that and run with it easily. So the peer-to-peer fundraiser in this example would come to, again, using the search bar, they could click fundraise, and then they would say, I want to create a fundraiser. Most people don't uncheck things once they're checked. So this is already pre-checked. Use a template provided by the organization. So iGiveCatholic has created a template. And then the person, your board member, your cheerleaders, you're telling them to come to this fundraiser page. And as you'll see in this example, this template already has a title, and it has the short story, and it has an image. And so as you see, like, there's not a lot that your fundraisers have to do to publish this. Everything's filled out. Maybe they put in a personalization element or two, and then they simply click publish, and it's on the site, and they can share that URL and get people coming to their fundraiser starting on November 17th and getting those Giving Tuesday donations in. One important note about a fundraiser template is this little star. It needs to be checked. It is to enable. It says it up here in kind of fine print, but I wanted to call that to your attention. If you use a template, make sure to click the little star next to it. It is possible, I'm sure there will be a question, you can only create one template at this time. The paid subscription that Lisa had mentioned before allows you to have more than one fundraiser template, but you can have one template that you enable at a time on the platform right now. Great.
MK, can we take a quick pause?
Yeah.
Because a couple questions. So
Yes.
Karen DeBow, I hope I pronounced that correctly, asked about the embed feature. That it mentioned WordPress on there, but it's not just WordPress that you can use the embed feature on,
Oh,
correct?
no.
On
No,
any
it'd be any website. I just don't know a lot of other names off the top of my head that is compatible with an iframe. So
Okay.
essentially,
Other thing that I wanted to mention
yeah.
is that a couple of people have asked you to repeat things or slow down or do it again, or can you have slides of this? We have created slides for everything that MK is demoing, and I'm going to add more slides after she demos to make sure that we capture all of this so that you can go back, and that's why the slides aren't available right now, so that you can go back and look at a screenshot of exactly in the dashboard, circling a specific button, and you can go at your own pace.
Yeah.
So if things are going too fast, just know that you'll be able to go download our slides and go through them step by step with screenshots and arrows and circles. So it'll be clear to you what she's demonstrating now will be recorded in slides.
And I I will say that I am a quick talker to start with. And I also feel compelled to make sure I can get through all of the content that Lisa and Katie are really excited about for you. And so that may be exaggerating or exacerbating the quickness of my speech as we go. Let me take a step back for a minute. My name is MK. It stands for Mary Kathleen. I'm from South Bend, Indiana, which you've probably identified as a very Catholic town. Thus, my name is Mary Kathleen. And I live in Littleton, Colorado now with my husband and my 3-year-old daughter. And that's what I'm doing when I'm not doing giving with like Lisa and Katie, and working with you all on this amazing nationwide effort that you have. So please keep interrupting me, Lisa, when I
You're
need to
doing
come back.
great, MK. Just keep
Okay.
on rocking. You have a
All
lot of
right.
content.
A lot of content, but I'm really excited for you all. I will tell you, I'm not an expert in the embed codes, but I know that when you get the code, it's basically, it looks like, let me show you so it doesn't seem so overwhelming. I just did this yesterday, actually. Um, so I pasted in the code, and I copied and pasted it into it. And like, this is what it does. Like, you take that code, you copy it, and then you paste it into your website, and it will, this, for instance, is the code for the mini form, and it will, and I just use an HTML viewer just to show you, like, it is as simple as copy and paste.
And you can also use the donation checkout page to copy the direct donate link and just put it on a button
Is
anywhere.
the easiest thing to do by far.
In
Um,
the slide on
yeah.
the version. Yeah. Keep going. Matches, right? We're going next.
Matches, yeah, matches are exciting. Let me tell you that there is a lot that you can do with matches. So when you click the create button on this page, don't get overwhelmed. Um, create. There's going to be a lot of different things you can look at. A pro tip is that if you are like, what? You can come to the Zendesk to the support widget, and it's going to say, oh, you're on the matching page. Here are a couple of articles on matching grants. It's going to pre-pull up the articles for you so you can start reading them. If you still have questions, submit a ticket, questions at iGiveCatholic.org. The support team is expert in like they have more expertise than I do in setting up matching grants and advising on you saying, I want the matching experience to look like this. My matching grant donor asked for this. How do I achieve it with the tool? They will tell you how to achieve it with the tool. They will, for instance, tell you that you can add an image if you want to kind of personalize it. You can, of course, put in your match value. I got $1,000 match. You can name it like Ronnie. Don't know where I got the name Ronnie. Ronnie's matching gift.
But I'm going to pause you right here because
Yeah.
since advanced giving doesn't start until the 17th, we want to create matches that everything applies to your campaign. So make sure when you're creating matches, you use these windows to start it when it's going to count, end it when it's going to count to maximize all those match dollars. Someone asked about challenges, and so I'm going to ask MK, once she sets the window, the giving window for this, the 9th, MK, the 10th would be too
Oh,
late. Be on the 9th.
I was thinking the 10th at 6 a.m.
And then can you change this to a cumulative threshold match so we can talk about challenges?
Yes.
Because a Mightycause makes us try tongue twisters to say cumulative threshold match, but that's a challenge in our old language. Can you talk about that? What that means?
Yeah, the challenge that you had in the Give Gab Bonterra world, challenges are the tongue twisters at Mightycause, the cumulative threshold match. So if your sponsor, your donor, matching gift sponsor says, I have $5,000 for you, um, but first I challenge you to get 100 donations. So you could say, Ronnie had that $5,000 match. However, it's not unlocked until 100 donations are met. As soon as those 100 donations are brought in through the system, then that $5,000 will be added to your total. That match will be released. You can also do it with unique donors. So again, unique donor is that person, no matter how many times they give to your organization, they only count once. No matter whether it was on the 17th of November or the 9th of December, if they check out as the same person, they count as one. I I'm not sure if there were all of these options at GiveGab, but besides the cumulative threshold is the percentage. It's called a percentage match in Mightycause, but 100% match is a 1-to-1. If your sponsor says, I'll donate 50 cents for every dollar you raise, it would be a 50%. If they say, I'll give you $2 for every dollar you raise, that would be 200%. And again, if you get questions on that with the cumulative threshold or the percentage and am I doing this right, ask the support team. They will 100% guide you to that. I would like to make a note that again, there's a lot more details in here. You can queue your matching grants to go one after another. And that is what you want to do. There's a checkbox that just says queue this after um, another one, and you can state which one it should come after. If you have your matches and they're all set to be at the same time without being queued, like the first bunch of donations you get could expire all of your matches at once. And maybe that's what you're looking for, but maybe you want your matches to be kind of like going throughout the giving day or going throughout the early giving until the giving day, or you want to see how long you could spread it out. And so if you want it to look like that, then there is the uh maybe am I hiding it with my nope, that's the contact screen. Well, I don't need to contact them, thank you. I believe that you queue it after you create the match. Um, yes. But after you create the match, you can queue it. And for the most part, that's probably what you're gonna want to do. Um, that's just a unique one.
I think
For
good
yes,
intro though. And if you need more information, Mighty Cause Support Center has great articles and they're happy to help you live as well.
yes. Opportunities is a new thing for, I believe, everyone this year. And actually, um, I've had some people ask in support about opportunities. An opportunity is an opportunity. It's something you can do. It is either a calendar event or it's a volunteer opportunity. And uh, what it does is you can put in like in-person volunteering or an in-person event. You could have an opportunity that is in person or online, and it's either a volunteer or a calendar event. And you can put those in as opportunities, and then they display on this opportunities page as a way for donors to get involved. So donors or community members or funders can come to this page and they can search by keyword, or they can say, I'm looking for in-person events in St. Louis on December 2nd. Show me what's there. Like maybe there are in-person events in St. Louis on December 2nd, but it's just as easy as doing that. Oh, well, there's no in-person events on December 2nd yet, but I challenge you to put your in-person events on this calendar. But opportunities are new, and it's a way, I think, to spread your giving so that giving's not just monetary, but you're also giving of your time and you're giving of like your personal talents, and there are other ways to involve people in your event. Let's see. A big piece I know of what you all do every day is donor stewardship, and we have a couple of tools. I think that will really help you with your donor stewardship. So under reports in the dashboard, you'll have your donations, and this is where you'll see all of your donations that come through. Let me see if I can click through. Let me click through to show you what the donations look like on the demo system. I don't want to show anybody's, actual donation details. So, demo system, but similar things to what you'll see. So you're on your reports and you go to donations. And here you'll see it's always defaulted to show donations in the last 30 days. So you can look at your list and see who is given to your organization. You can look to see if they made an offline donation or a recurring donation, or if it was just like a one-time online donation. You could search by refunded donations. You could also search by giving events. So, your donation data has been migrated in. So you could say, oh, I want to look for, I give Catholic donations from 2024 and I want to target those donors. So that's one way for you to, we'll use the retention report for that as well. But you can see who gave last year, who am I expecting to give? Like, let's make sure we've done some outreach to them. If someone says, hey, I asked for my donation to be refunded, can you double check for me that it's been refunded? You can like say, sure. And you'll check for refunded donations and maybe put in their name or their donation amount, ways to search the list. There is a small sampling of the donation information is available in the donor report. If you want to see all of the information, including like their billing address, their payment address and their email so that you can reach out to them, click download, and that Excel sheet, that CSV, it's a version of Excel that downloads, will have all of the donation details for you. And you can use that with like your CRM system, or you can use that with like your interns or volunteers that are calling donors to say thank you kind of in real time. I know I've had that happen to me before and it was really impactful. But the donation report is going to show all of your history of giving with iGiveCatholic. I know that a lot of you are also maybe participating in like Give to the Max in Minnesota, or Georgia Gives, or North Texas Gives. When you're on this, you will see all of your donations because it's your donations. This is your dashboard on Mightycause. You'll be able though to see, like when you go to view by giving event, you could say, oh, I want to see my Georgia Gives 2024 donations, or I want to see my iGiveCatholic 2025 donations. And so you can sort it all out that way, but we don't limit like your ability to access your donation data. We just give you different ways to divvy it up. I know that someone asked about offline gifts. I saw that come through. Offline gifts are something that are pretty simple to add. From donations, you can either click offline donations and it will take you to the offline donation form where you can click add offline donation, or you can click on this neat little icon and it will pop open the offline donation form. Well, it was. I'm just too fast for it today. And then you'll just put in the donation details for your offline gifts. An offline gift doesn't require that you, like someone that maybe brought in cash, they might not have left you their address. And so address is optional. But you can put in as much of the information as you have about that offline gift. And then it will be put into the platform. It'll show up in your donation list, and it will show up on your like on your ticker, on your metrics, on your profile page. You can, if it helps you, use this external tracking ID to mean different things. It could be like check number 1401, or it could be IGC 2025 dash check 1401, or maybe you have another CRM system that you're using and you tracked it there. And so you want to put that tracking ID in here. And that doesn't do anything in our platform other than allows you, when you download your donation data, to be able to segment things out and know what you're looking at. Um, we were excited about the retention. So the retention report is under donations retention. What this does is this will tell you the demo site has interesting data, as you can imagine, but it is saying for this giving period, yours will say iGiveCatholic 2025, compare the donors that have given for this event to our last giving event. And it doesn't look great, but the last giving event in this demo site was technically 2018, 2019. That's why it's showing data that old. Yours will instead compare to iGiveCatholic 2024. And so what you're going to see is you'll select the iGiveCatholic 2025, and let's just pretend that's what this is. And you're going to see, oh, these are the 11 donors that gave to us in iGiveCatholic 2024. The only one that we've retained, the only one that is given in 2025 is Bethany, and she gave $500 last time. We have these other 10 donors that have not given yet. And so you can download that list and you can say, I'm going to send a personalized email or maybe a phone call to Frida, Shelba, Justin. We know the amount that they gave in iGiveCatholic 2024, and we're going to do outreach to them because right now we've only got 9% donor retention as this giving event is going on. And it will show your total donations. It'll show donations retained, and then it'll show your percentage that you've retained. And so as iGiveCatholic 2025 like gets into swing, I think it's a really interesting tool that you can sort and say who has been retained. It's going to say just Bethany, but maybe there's some sort of outreach like thank you so much, and do you want to give again? Or everybody that's not retained for that period. Okay, let's download this list and let's reach out to them. Was there anything else about retention reports that you wanted me to touch on, Lisa? I know that was pretty Okay, a good one
I
for you.
think we have so much to basics to cover that I think that's the name of the game this year, because we only have 15 minutes left of this webinar. So
Yep,
I think basics, really.
perfect. You all have done, we've gotten through almost everything in the dashboard there. I think one item that we want to, that you have already done is the thank you page. So if you have not already customized your own thank you page, we encourage you to as a way to tell your story. Um, Maybe put in a photo of a program recipient, or maybe link to a thank you YouTube video that you kind of have the staff. Perhaps they record something and make it a personal thank you for the donor when they give to your organization. This has come up in some different support tickets, so I wanted to bring it up. There, if you go to settings and click on general settings, you'll see this alternate search names. So some people may say St. Gregory, SAINT. Some people may say St. Gregory, ST. Some people may say St. Gregory, ST period. And so depending on how it is in our platform, that is how the search results are going to pull up on the search page. So what you can do is you can say St. Gregory, St. Gregory, St. Gregory, and now, when people go to the search page and they try to search for your organization, St. Gregory's Catholic Church, no matter which combination of those that they use, it's going to come up as one of the results. And so you might have an acronym that you're known as. So, like add the acronym. You can do kind of like a separated list of things. It's not a perfect tool. Um, it just helps the search engine return results that are applicable. So I encourage you to do the alternate search names. You also have the ability to, Lisa had noted this, if you want a short URL for to share with donors, you can go to share this organization and click share link. And this will give you kind of like a bit.ly, but a Mightycause version of it, of a short link if you need a short link for something. You can, pro tip, if you go to your URL and you take out the word organization and you just have iGiveCatholic.org / your organization name, it's going to take you to your organization page. So that is another shorter URL that you can use for that. And then I think that Lisa, we've looked at almost everything. So did you want to show the give again?
Sure, but if you can log in as me, which you see we're at the beginning of this, can you just log in as me and then just
Yeah.
do it through the search page?
You know what? I can log in as you.
Now, we tested this, guys, on my personal one. So anyway, this is going to be through my professional accounts. These are test donations that we were doing when we just opened up our giving. So it was last month. The donor will be able to look by campaign, but the demo here is going to be year to date so that we can use those donations that I did as tests in the platform.
Hey. I did Lisa at iGiveCatholic.org.
That's it. That's me.
All right, great. Hope that was okay to share.
I hope so
So,
too. You're going to trust it. You're going to see.
so we came to the search page, see all the tiles and click give again. It's going to, so donors will be able to come and see this tile. They'll say, hey, I want to give to the same organizations I gave in I Give Catholic 2024. It'll show other options like last year, a couple of years ago.
This
And then
year to
you
date, this year, don't do it. This year to date, because this is my professional one. There's going to be nothing
this
in
year
there.
to date. Gotcha. Thank you. So this year to date, and add past causes to the cart and not behaving as expected. So
Can you test this from the Mightycause page? From the demo account or whatever? Or we might just get through this, because if it doesn't work, I don't want to take up too much time.
I tried doing it on the demo site when we were talking about it earlier today. This isn't so the expected behavior for you all is that you click that button and it doesn't say this. What it does is it has tiles under this cart heading and it shows I gave $25 to St. Gregory's Catholic Church. I gave $35 to People of Life. I gave $55 to Marriage Encounter Cleveland. And so it's going to pre-populate your cart with the dollar amount of your past donations. It also observes like what your anonymity settings were for that previous donation. And it allows you to easily kind of update them and manage them and takes less time for you to go searching for everything one by one. So if you have a donor that gave, like 15 donations, that's amazing. And let's have them use Give Again so that they can easily load their cart and get through it and feel like, this is a really easy experience for me.
So we will figure this out and put some screenshots on the slides. We need to rock and roll. We're going to move on to Katie's section now.
I'm going to stop sharing, Katie.
Wrap up. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share again. You can find which page we were on. Here we are. All right, back to our slides. Katie, take it away.
All right, so we are going to go over some strategies to help you succeed, to be able to reach the maximum number of people and to really have a wonderful giving day. Next slide. All right, so first things first, as we're wrapping up, big thing for you to focus on is to make sure your to-do list is complete. You can find that in your organization dashboard. It is in the top left-hand corner of your page if you are in the overview or the organization page. So just click on that to-do list. It will show you anything that is outstanding. So all we really want you to do is your logo, your background image, and your About section. Your About section should be 250 characters in length in order for it to be saved. And Lisa had mentioned if your partner or your host organization is centrally routing, those donations are going to go straight to you, but we recommend everybody set up your EFT so we can send you your money. We don't want to hold on to it. Please take your money. Next slide. All right, so you can make a gorgeous page and no one's going to know about it. So the big thing now is to make sure that you are prepping out your communications, letting your people know that you are participating in iGiveCatholic. You know your organization and the people that are within it the best and how they're going to best respond. It might be through social media, it might be through bulletin announcements, it might be through in-person events, direct mail, email. You know your people best, so be sure to be prepping your communications. We have a whole host and a whole library of resources and messaging templates available for you on our resources page. I highly recommend getting these scheduled, doing it in advance, just making it easy peasy, plug and play. That way you don't have to worry about it too much, especially with Thanksgiving coming up. And one of those things, next slide. Something to consider scheduling out or getting ready now is thanking your donors. So be sure to go ahead, take pictures, have everything ready to thank your donors after the giving day. So all you have to do is plug in the amount that you raised. Really start that stewardship process now. People love to feel appreciated for their gift, for their donor, and that they're a part of something special. So really consider how you're going to highlight and thank your donors after the event. Next slide. All right, so another thing to consider doing now is how are you engaging with your ambassadors? So your ambassadors are whoever interacts with your organization on a day-to-day basis. This could be your parishioners, your students, your parents, your teachers, anyone that is a part of your ministry. Invite them into the mission of your fundraising. So this is another way too. People are really strapped right now. I think times are hard. So this is a great way for someone who maybe isn't able to give you a big amount, like a student or something along those lines, but they can really be impactful in inviting their community to partner with you in mission and to bring in those funds. So we have a wonderful video on how to engage your social media ambassadors, and that can be found in the link provided. Again, these slides will be available on our resources page in the next resources and our trainings page in the next couple days.
And just so you know, this video here, Engaging Social Media Ambassadors, is already on our trainings page. All right, here we go. Let's go.
All right, so MK mentioned a feature in Mighty Cause that is opportunities. And so this is an opportunity for an opportunity. So this is an opportunity for you to engage with your organization again to offer in-person events that you might be hosting anyway, or something like an in-kind donation drive, something along those lines. Again, this is a really great way to engage with those ambassadors and those people in your organization who may not be able to give to you financially, but they can give in other ways. So this is another way to really celebrate generosity in any of its forms. We have these statistics are available in the article that you can find in this slide. You can just click that link there at the bottom and it'll take you to the article with those stats. Next slide. All right, so switching gears a little bit to the Giving Day, when you guys have your online donations coming in, only Lisa and I can process any refunds. So let's say somebody accidentally makes a double payment and they're coming to you and they say, hey, I need a refund. What you're gonna do is you're gonna send an email to info@igivecatholic.org. Again, that's info@igivecatholic.org. There are over 5,000 organizations that have ever participated in iGiveCatholic. I think we have 2,000 participating this year. And so there's a lot of St. Mary's and there's a lot of St. Peter's. So please do Lisa and I a favor in that email, send your name, the organization that you're coming from, your partnering diocese, and as much information about that donation as humanly possible. The more details that you give us, the easier and faster we're going to be able to process that refund. If I have to come back to you and say, what the heck St. Peter's are you with? It's going to take a lot of back and forth. So help me, help you, help your donors. Next slide. All right, so this is another thing. Make sure to record your results. So while your donations are going to be accessible to you in this year-round platform, you should make it a practice to download your donations report from the date of November 1st to 12/9. So that encapsulates this whole period again because of that open donation, the open donations that we have right now, just to make sure that you really encapsulate what was received during the Giving Day. Another thing just to keep in mind is that the matches and the fundraiser reports, make sure to download those before Christmas because those analytics are going to reset next year to only show the active year's information. So please be sure to download your analytics on your matches and your fundraisers again before you go on that Christmas break. Also, just for posterity, just for making sure that you're kind of looking at and keeping track of what your page looks like, might be a good idea to take some screenshots or screen recordings of what your page looks like so you can refer to it in future years as you make edits, as you make changes. So that's just good practice for record keeping moving forward. Next slide. All right, so we have highlighted some video tutorials. These are available to you on the trainings page, and they'll walk you through, again, some of those step-by-step processes that MK was showing you today. We will also, again, be making these slides and this recording available to you on our trainings and resources page. These videos are available to you now, so if you have some time after this webinar, you can go ahead and go check those out. They'll help you, again, walk step-by-step through how to do things like customizing your checkout process, peer-to-peer options, how to access your reports, things like that. So those are all available again on our trainings page. Next slide. All right, so these are some of your key dates to keep in mind. I'm going to go ahead and switch it back over to Lisa to wrap us up.
Yep, we are at the hour, so we're going to blow through this. Please submit your interest to participate in our live stream before midnight tomorrow so I can schedule you and confirm you. Advanced giving opens on Monday. You know by now that Giving Tuesday is on December 2nd. December 9 is the last day for you to enter offline gifts, the last day for your online donors to be calculated with campaign totals. We are going to pull reports on December 9th to start preparing for those 2,000 plus ACHs, batches of ACHs that we're going to distribute. We're targeting December 18. Remember, however, if you don't get anything in your bank on December 18, consider whether you're in a diocese that is collecting on your behalf and going to distribute later. Check with them to see when you should expect your funds. January 2nd, right in the new year, all of these stats will reset on your pages so that you can use iGiveCatholic for other campaigns like Catholic School Week or whatever you're using it for throughout the year. And in fact, if you register for this webinar on January 14th, iGiveCatholic after Giving Tuesday, we'll talk to you all about how you can use your iGiveCatholic page now for a variety of other fundraising projects throughout the year. And with that, as you need more help, make sure you use the Mightycause Support Center. It is so robust. Email questions there is a call center. You can call a phone number and talk to a human being. Isn't that so nice to talk to a human being? You can click this submit a request to start a form or reach out to your group administrator. Their contact information should be on your group homepage. So whether that's the diocese homepage or if you have whatever that is, their contact information should be there. With that, we are 2 minutes after the hour. I apologize for being 2 minutes late. Are there any final questions? One thing I'm going to note is that because we've had so many questions, because it's a new platform, when I create these slides, before I upload them to our trainings page and our YouTube channel, I'm going to add an addendum with every question and every answer that happened in this webinar so that you can check and see. If you heard somebody talking or you saw a question fly and you can't keep up, we're going to put it there so that we can all learn together as we're walking through this. iGiveCatholic.org versus Mightycause. So Mightycause is the technology platform that hosts hundreds of giving days, but iGiveCatholic is a giving day. We're now actually a year-round giving platform, but we use Mightycause. It's their technology. They have engineers that build all the components. We were with Giving Day GiveGab, that was bought out by Bonterra. So sometimes you'll see it on receipts or in customer support, you know, whether it was Bonterra last year, it'll be Mightycause this year. This is our technology partner that's behind how we can do this. Any other information? Okay, so someone says a donation page only asks for credit card information. So if you can toggle that, a donation page, MK is here. Look, I can do this right here live and go and see St. Joseph's Church. I don't know where you are, but let me see if I can pretend to donate to you. Oh, see, this is going to show up like I am. I'm logged in as the administrator. So I'm going to sneak around to donate to them because I am the administrator. And if I donate, you click down here. If I click here, I have all of these other options here. And in fact, if I put $100 in here, it will then show, this is going to be slow because it's using a lot of internet for our Zoom call. It will now also show bank account because that is a $100 minimum for a bank account. If I choose DAF or IRA, there's going to be a pop-up that recommends that you only use this feature for donations $500 or more. But you can use that as well. So PayPal, Venmo, this has Google Pay on here because I'm in a Google browser, but if you were on your iPhone, it would also offer Apple Pay. So these are all here. Let's see, DAF is not an option for us. That could be Fidelity, Schwab, it can be any a donor advised fund anywhere. All they have to do is enter, see if you choose this. You enter somewhere in here, it's going to be asked to enter your relationship manager's name and email address. This just becomes the record where you're saying, please send $500 from my account to this organization. That becomes the written request. An email goes to the benefiting organization and says, congratulations, you got a check in the mail, and we've already created a gift on your page so that you can count it and celebrate it as part of your iGiveCatholic campaign. Know that when you pull your reports, it's going to say advised. And so that gift, if it was advised, is not going to be in your ACH payout because that money didn't actually come to iGiveCatholic for me to give to you. You're going to have to get that in a check later on. ACH is $100 minimum per transaction. So you can have, I can have up to 200 donations in a single cart across any of our groups, anybody in iGiveCatholic, somebody in DC, somebody in Seattle, somebody in Kansas City. I can put all those donations in there and have a single transaction, but that single transaction has to be, cart total has to be $100 or more to use a bank account, and they'll have to set it up through their Plaid the first time. There's a $10 minimum for credit cards. Yeah, any other way to take out the question about your will? If you go into your, I'm going to change here to my demo page so I'm not showing anybody else's sensitive information. You can adjust your own donation form by clicking here. So you can change these amounts, put descriptions in. You can add it, well, that's going to stay there. That allows a donor to make a gift in honor of and memory of something. You can remove this designation field, remove this section, or you can add something like for the marching band or the art club or whatever the designation is. And yes, you can go in here and you can clear selection here. What did you ask? It was about the will. You can remove that. I don't recommend that you do, because this is a great opportunity to start seeing who is considering that. Not too many donors will check yes here, but the ones who do deserve a follow-up phone call so you can start talking about that. Same thing with this corporate matching program. This is a reminder. It's a trigger to the donors who have that opportunity to submit this donation to magnify their gift. It's a trigger. Do I want to add this organization to my will? But it's up to you. You can, wait, MK, correct me. Can they remove this? Are these required?
You added those to the form, so they cannot remove those.
Sorry, wrong answer. I gave a wrong answer. We're learning too. We're learning on the fly. The donor doesn't have to answer them. They're optional. But
Right.
no, we have it platform-wide. Yeah, platform-wide. Anything else? Anything else? My donation page only lists credit card. Okay, we're seeing several people saying that credit card is the only thing that's showing up on their donation page.
Did you put in a donation? That's just on that.
Oh, so if you guys are looking at this through your dashboard, it will only show credit card. It's only when it's an active live donation. If you search for your organization, search, and then you find your organization and you make a donation, then you'll see all of the options.
Yeah.
But what shows up in tests, the same thing on your donation receipt. If you send a test receipt, it'll show designation general fund, but it won't unless you have that activated in your form. So these are just tests and samples.
Yeah, they're just samples.
Anybody else? ACH minimum is $100 per cart transaction, not per individual donation. Guys, you guys have been great. I am excited for all of you. I think our questions are rounding down, which is a good thing because we're 8 minutes over the hour. But again, we're going to beef up our slides here so that you can, so that we cover everything that MK demonstrated for you, and so that we can add an addendum section of all the questions and answers. And we appreciate your patience and your energy and enthusiasm as we all learn and grow together. It's going to be great. It really will. This is a tough year. So I keep telling everyone, you're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing great. We're all learning together. We are praying real hard for all of you, for your success, the fruitfulness of your campaign. Keep in touch with us. Post everything on social media. Tag us. We love seeing all of your posts. If you don't tag us, we probably won't see it. So please tag us, hashtag us. Ask your questions. Keep sending in your questions to questions@ or to your group administrator. Thank you so much for being here today. God bless you all.